Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and welcome to the 33rd episode of my Rails of Industry Minecraft series. In today's episode, I'm going to be making TNT carts, and I'm going to be doing a lot of testing with them so that I can see exactly how they're going to react, because I want to build something later on with them. So let's get started. So the first thing is obviously I need to look at the recipe for the TNT cart. It is just TNT with a minecart or TNT with iron ingots here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to build something that I can actually use to craft the TNT. So let's go ahead and grab a crafter. I believe that will be the best thing to grab, so let's do that. The crafter is an RF tools machine that uses a machine frame, redstone torches, and a two crafting tables rather. So I should be able to automate that rather easily, so that is a good start. And I'm going to want to grab one of them, so let's grab that. And in addition, what I want to grab now are a couple of ender chests. Now, ender chests are really cool because they, depending on the color of the wool on top, you can have two different ender chests in two different locations, but they share an inventory. And I will probably be using that in the future. So let's go ahead and get a couple of these guys after I throw this into my ME system here. So let's grab two of these, and that is cool. So let's see here. So I think I'm going to actually grab one more crafter here, because I think the easiest way to do this will probably be to use two different crafters. So there we go. Let's grab some export buses. I'm probably going to need two of them, and I'm definitely going to need at least one crafting card, and let's grab some acceleration cards as well to speed things up. I am also going to need to be exporting sand, gunpowder, and iron, so let's grab all of that stuff. And I have a lot more iron ingots than I really thought I had. Wow, okay, so that's cool. That's definitely nice to know. I also have a lot of gunpowder from my creeper farm, or my creeper, I don't know if you'd call it a farm, but my creeper killing area right here. This has been running very nicely, and yeah, creepers be dying. So where I'm going to set up this system is actually going to be under the street here, and that should serve pretty well. It is a little bit crowded down here, but that's okay. I have everything I need down here. So let's go ahead and set this up right here. I think one crafter here, one crafter there. And then I also want to grab a chest. I have a chest with me. What am I thinking? So I'm going to need some item duct. So let's grab, actually, let's just go ahead and use item conduit. I feel like that might be a little bit easier here. So let's grab two of those. I think that's all I will need there. And then let's grab some flex duct as well. Because these crafters do need power. They don't need very much, but they do need power. So there we go. We got power. And let's go ahead and connect up the export buses. Let's do that on the back here. So this first crafter will be used to make TNT. So we're going to export sand and gunpowder. So how I want to set this up, if you've ever used these RF tools crafters before, they are really nifty, and that they offer some customization here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fill these slots with gunpowder down here, and then these ones up here with sand. And then I'm going to hit this button right here. It says remember the current items. So if I hit this and then I take this stuff out, I can no longer put gunpowder into these slots up here, and I can not put sand into these slots down here. I can only put gunpowder in these slots and only sand in these slots. So that's going to be really useful for keeping things separated so that I can actually make all of my TNT. So I obviously forgot the recipe to TNT. Looks like I just reversed it. And if we go ahead and do this, I think that is TNT. Let's hit apply, and that goes ahead and crafts those up. So as we can see, we've run out of gunpowder, but that's cool. All I need to do is actually hook that up. So what I'm going to do before I do that, though, is let's grab this item conduit here. Let's tell it to extract always on, and then insert over here. So the TNT is going to come over here, and what we're going to do is something similar here. I want to make the top slots to be TNT and then the bottom slots to be iron, or iron ingots rather. So let's grab some covered cable first. And actually I need the blue variant. And let's go ahead and hook these guys up. So I don't have this export bus set up yet, but I don't want to have it set up until we start getting more TNT. And any time now we should start getting some more sand and gunpowder. I forgot to put my acceleration cards in. That will probably help things along a little bit. Yeah, as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and manually help this along just a little bit by throwing some more gunpowder in here. I just want enough TNT to where I can fill all these slots with at least one, so then I can hit this remember button. And then let's go ahead and set up this recipe. It is very, very easy. If I remember, it is just this. And that'll make TNT carts. So let's hit apply on that. And what I'm going to do is I am going to take these TNT carts and I'm going to put them in ender chests right here. So let's go ahead and extract always on, and then this one will be insert. And then I can go ahead and set up this export bus now. So let's grab some iron ingots. And this is probably going to use a lot of iron, or yeah, iron ingots, but that's okay. I do want to have lots of these TNT carts at the ready because I may be using them in mass in the future. Okay, so that's the TNT carts done. I should have not got rid of my ender chest here. Let me grab that back. And then we need to make some more stuff. What I'm going to do now is I need to make the priming track. So let's see here. I just need the regular track, so iron priming track, that should be good. The priming track kit looks to be this recipe right here. Let's go ahead and grab one of those, and then I can go ahead and grab this as well. So there's the iron priming track. I also want to grab a cart dispenser. So this is a machine I haven't used yet, which is from Railcraft. It will dispense mine carts, I believe. So it should be fairly easy to make here. Looks like I don't have the dispenser automated yet. So it looks like I have to automate just about everything along the way, but that's going to be okay. All of this stuff is pretty elementary to make. And there we go. That is the cart dispenser. And then I also want to grab launcher track. So let's see here, launcher track. And we just need the regular launcher track. Not the abandoned launcher track, but this right here. Blocks of steel, interesting. That still shouldn't be a problem. It's maybe a little bit more expensive than I would have really liked, but that's okay. I don't have the steel, that's why I can't make that. So let's go ahead and plop everything we have into my ME system here. And then I should be able to make one of these guys, which means I can also go ahead and do this as well. So there's the iron launcher track, and let's go ahead and get some powered rails as well. Booster track is what it's called, my bad. Let's grab some regular track. Let's grab some redstone torches as well. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to set this up, but I'm sure we can figure something out real quick. And I think that's just about everything I need for right now. I should probably grab a lever or a button as well. So let's grab both actually, just because we can. And let's see, button. I do have some buttons, so that's cool. And let's find a place to start testing this. I don't want to test it near any of my stuff, and I would like to find as flat of an area as I can. Let's run over here and use this little strip right here and not have myself kill myself. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up the cart dispenser right here. Let's actually spin this around, and if I grab a crowbar, I think I should be able to spin it around. So that's the way I want it to be facing. Let's go ahead and get some booster track here. I would like to have this on. And then right here, let's go ahead and have our ender chest here. This should be full of TNT carts by now. It is. Okay, so before I continue, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a nap because it's raining and it's nightfall, and hopefully both those two things will be cured by me sleeping. So once I have taken a nap, I will be right back. Thankfully, it has stopped raining and it is now daytime. What I need to do is grab one single item conduit here, and that should be good. Let's go ahead and attach this here. I want this to be extract always on, and I want this to be insert. So we should start seeing some TNT carts over here. I think what I need to do is let's go ahead and hit that. So that does deploy the cart, but it does not send it in motion or anything. So we're going to need to fix that. And I think how we can do that is we can just simply elevate this. So let's go ahead and get rid of this as well as this for right now, and the ender chest as well. And like I said, if I elevate this, I believe that the problem will be solved. So let's do this. Let's put some booster track here. Is there a way to actually get this to be sloping? I wonder if I can't do something like this. Let's try this. Okay, that works. That is fantastic. That's exactly what I was hoping for. So I think that's going to be the setup to get these things rolling. Let's give them a longer runway. And let's see here. Let's end this at Z30. So that'll be the end of the track, or the end of the booster track. And actually, let's have this be the launcher track. And we will need to apply redstone to enable, but we have a lever here, and we're going to set this to be on. And actually, before that, I will need to get rid of this track so that I can put down a priming track. Okay, so that should be everything. Let's go ahead and set up the ender chest here. And then let's go ahead and put the item conduit down and re-enable this and re-enable this as well. You know what, let's just throw these TNT carts that I have into my ME system. And let's get to testing. So what I want to do now is actually, I'm going to declaim some of my land here. And that is so I can enable explosions to do damage. So let's get rid of some strips right here. And this is just temporary. I will reclaim them in a little bit. But let's see if this will work. That's cool. I was kind of hoping that the cart would have a longer fuse time. That might be an issue, because clearly that exploded. I think it exploded before it hit the ground. Okay, so let's do some more here. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure, but maybe it hitting the ground was causing it to explode, because it definitely looks like it's okay. So I'm gonna have problems if I keep doing this, because there is stuff back here. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've damaged anything. This is just my cart finder, I guess. So I really should not have put this here, but that's okay. So I would really like to... What I need to know is the fuse time. So what I'm going to do is let's pick this entire system up and let's move it. So let's... And actually, I should have my crowbar and my item bar down here. So let's go ahead and do that so that I can pick up these tracks just a little bit quicker. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this up to a mountain. Oh, shoot. So there's a mountain right here. Let's use this. So what I really should do is I should grab my phone and start a timer of some sort so that I can see what the fuse time is. But first I'm going to see exactly how this is going to react. So let's find a nice flat little piece of land here. Let's build this kind of in reverse. So let's do the priming track here. Let's do the launcher track here, and then we can do booster track. And then let's do the cart dispenser here with booster track on top. Let's go ahead and hit it with redstone. And okay, so I don't think I had my priming track active before because I think that needs a redstone signal. I think the TNT carts were exploding because they were hitting the ground. So that's on me. I've never used priming track or launcher tracks before, so the more you know. Okay, so let's go ahead and you know what? Let's not set this up just yet. Okay, so I don't need 2 buttons there. I probably don't need any more than this. So let's go ahead and okay, yeah, it was not active before. Okay, so that is holy cow. Okay, so A, the fuse time is really long, which actually is very beneficial for what I want to do. And B, that seems to have done a lot of damage. It seems to have done more damage than regular TNT would have done. It also traveled quite far, so let's see how far it traveled. I am at 195, x negative 195. So let's do an approximation of how far it fell. I think it exploded before it hit the ground. So let's call this the approximation. So it traveled approximately 45 in the x direction, and then how far down? So we're at negative 106. Let's call it not negative 106. I'm looking at Z. I need to be looking at Y. So let's say it exploded around Y level 65, which is just off the ground. I feel like it exploded before it hit the ground. I'm going to have to send a few more carts to confirm that. But let's see how far up we are, because I want to have a sense of how far it can fall before it explodes. So we are at Y level 137 right here. And obviously the launcher track sent it up a little bit, but I don't really need to know that. I just need to know how far from the launcher track down until it explodes. And it seems to be 137 minus 65. So that would be what, 72? So let me mark this down because this is important stuff. Let's go ahead and send a few more of these guys, and let's see if we have similar results. Okay, she flying. I'm not 100% sure that it exploded before it hit the ground. Definitely not 100% there. So, there's not much more I can do to go up to move this system. Let's move the priming track. Let's do that. Let's move it to be down here somewhere. So let's get rid of this. Let's put down this. Let's do priming track, because I would like to see it explode before it hits the ground. And you know what? We can just use that as well. And let's go ahead and replace that with booster track. I guess I don't need this lever anymore. Let's see if we get the thing to explode before it's the ground. So let's send this on its way. It did. I saw a little bit of damage to that tree. Let's estimate how far it fell. So I assume it was somewhat level with the tree here because it's pretty much the only thing it damaged. So let's call it Y level 75, which does move how far it fell. A little bit. I think it fell a little bit further before, but obviously since it's igniting its fuse a little bit earlier, it's going to explode a little bit earlier. Okay, so Y level 75, let's say, so that would be 62. Let's mark that down as well, and let's send a few more. Okay, so it didn't do any damage to anything as far as I could tell. It was just too far away from anything. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to run back to my home base and I'm going to take a nap. And I think I'm going to move this system a little bit more, maybe to up here, just to see if I can get it to explode before it hits the ground by putting the priming track back here. Because I definitely do like that it falls a long time before it explodes. That's something that can definitely be beneficial to what I have planned. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run back to my main base, take a nap, and then we're going to do a little bit more testing and then probably wrap up. So I will be right back. So I'm now at the top of this mountain here, and I have built this little offshoot so that hopefully I can clear the edge of the cliffs down there. I've also built my runway maybe a little bit longer than I had before, so let's commence with the testing. Right now I'm at way level 178. Let's see where the end of this track is. It is at Z negative 175, so that seems to be good and nice and clean. So let's go ahead and send this on its way. It did seem to clear everything, so that's cool. I was really a little bit worried about the cliff edges here. So let's go ahead and send a few more. And why not just send a bunch of them? Let's see how much mayhem we can cause. So they do seem to be exploding a little bit before they hit the ground here. So let's say Y level 65 again seems to be about where they're exploding, which is really nice. That is a really nice drop. Like I said, I definitely want them to be able to drop quite a ways before exploding. And let's call it Y level 65 rather, not 75. And let's see, where am I launching from? So I'm at Y148, so that is quite a ways. That is, what, 83-ish? Am I doing my math right? Yeah, we'll call it 83. So we'll do Y of 83-ish, and let's, how far did we go in the, what, Z direction? So let's say 175 is our start point, and the end point, and let's find about the midpoint of this crater here. Let's call it, what, 221. We'll call it about 221. So, yeah, that's quite a ways, actually. So that is also nice. You know what, let's just round down to 220 to make the math easier. So I think it was, what, 175 to 220, which would be 45 again. I think that's what I got in one of my tests earlier. So that is nice that I'm seeing comparable results again. So let me double check. 220, 175. Yeah, that'd be 45. So yeah, I think that's about all the testing I need to do for right now. That gives me good results. So my Y drop is 80 to 85, give or take. And then the amount it travels laterally is about 45. So that is good to know. And I have all of this marked down, obviously. So I think, excuse me, I think this is a pretty good wrapping up point. In today's episode, I automated the production of TNT carts with crafters from RF Tools. I also built the cart dispenser, priming track, and launching track. And I built this system right here to do some testing on TNT cart launching because I hope to use this system en masse to do something in the future. And the testing gave me some good results, so now that I have some data, I can go from there. So anyways, if you enjoyed today's episode, definitely give it a like. If you enjoy watching automation type stuff in modded Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.